Hey family, this your brother Wax coming at you again with a video on coding part 2. This is going to be an interesting video because Kwame Brown is getting frustrated with people asking him what he's going to do next, and he want to know what the people going to do. He said, I'm not the leader. You are. You lead your own communities. I'm just here to give advice and to give my comments. Whatever city you in, you need to do for your own community. This is Community News 103. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.
What is your plan? What you gonna do? I'll give you some advice if that's what you're asking me. Hell, I was a child in that situation. The only things that I bring up is from a child's perspective in that situation. I don't give a fuck how many adults I offend because I have a right to speak on it because I lived through it. So I'm going to speak from a child's perspective sometimes that might offend some people. But your children feel this way. We can go get letters from the boys' home and what they're writing, we'll read them on my page. These boys are hurting because of the decisions that you motherfuckers are making, some of you. So it ain't about your feelings, okay? Jesus Christ. Let me sip me some water because my blood pressure done went up. I'm tired of all these grown ass adults. But it's a YouTuber, a grown ass man, saying he built the community. You grown. Okay, build your community. If you can listen to some of the things I'm saying and implement it, do so. I'm listening to what you're saying because some of the shit you saying I like, and I'm gonna implement them over here. But we gotta stop all this. Group up. Hold on. Slap hands. Hurry up. No, we don't really know each other. We ain't really connected yet. Get your shit going. If you really want to help, there's a way that you can go to the school, and there's a lunch lady at every school. And you know what that lunch lady has? She has a list of all the children on the reduced or free lunch program. Those are the children that need those shoes. If you wanted to set something up through your school locally, sir, where you can make an impact and not waiting on somebody else to do it. If you not just wanting to talk, here's some advice. Go do it where you're from. Encourage your friends to do it. Why don't all of y'all get that list and each one of you pick a child? Make sure he has a pair of boots. Make sure he has a nice pair of dress shoes. So if he's at the age where he can go try to apply for a job. Stop trying to point out what somebody else you feel should be doing when motherfucker, you got hands and feet. I can't be in Philly. I can't be in Cali. I can't be in Georgia. I can't be in Texas. You there, motherfucker. Go to your local schools. It's kids in your neighborhood right now. You know that you riding past in a motherfucking Bentley with a money phone. I live in Atlanta. We got all these rich ass rappers and they run the restaurants and they shout in the goddamn street and they jump and dance when some women can see they motherfucking ass. But the water boys is running up, scaring the shit out of every goddamn body. Now, why these niggas ain't got a building somewhere in Atlanta getting these kids merch, water, whatever the fuck they need so they can sell it and go take it to their mama? Oh, we really love black people?
Kwame, what are we going to do next? You are our leader. That's why he's frustrated. People calling, grown ass adults calling, asking, what are we going to do next? After all the cursing and the drama that went down, now the people want to know, what are we going to do next, Kwame? Help us. We need you. You are our leader. Now, that was a joke, but that's what he's frustrated about. He's saying, I'm not your leader. Figure it out. Your community might need something different than what my community needs. So you're an adult, figure it out. And then Kwame turns around and gives you a plan. He said, go up to your school and talk to the lunch lady, the free lunch program, and get the list. And all the kids on there, pick one and help that child out. Now back to the video of coding. We're still on coding. All the people speaking on the next video talk about computer programming or coding. You will recognize some of the faces. So they want to explain to you why it's so important to teach coding in our classrooms.
I was 13 when I first got access to a computer.
My parents bought me a Macintosh in 1984 when I was 8 years old. I was in 6th grade.
I learned to code in college.
Freshman year, first semester, intro to computer science.
I wrote a program to play tic-tac-toe.
I think it was pretty humble beginnings. I think the first program I wrote asked things like, what's your favorite color? Or how old are you?
I first learned how to make a green circle and a red square appear on the screen.
The first time I actually had something come up and say, hello world, and I made a computer do that. It was just astonishing.
Learning how to program didn't start off as wanting to learn all of computer science or trying to master this discipline or anything like that. It just started off because I wanted to do this one simple thing. I wanted to make something that was fun for myself and my sisters.
It's really not unlike kind of playing an instrument or something, or playing a sport. It starts out being very intimidating, but you kind of get the hang of it over time.
Coding is something that can be learned, and I know it can be intimidating. A lot of things are intimidating, but what isn't?
A lot of the coding that people do is actually fairly simple. It's more about the process of breaking down problems than, sort of coming up with complicated algorithms as people traditionally think about it.
You don't have to be a genius to know how to code. You need to be determined.
Addition, subtraction, that's about it.
You should probably know your multiplication tables.
You don't have to be a genius to code. Do you have to be a genius to read?
Even if you want to become a race car driver or play baseball, or build a house, all of these things have been turned upside down by software.
What it is, computers are everywhere. You want to work in agriculture? Do you want to work in entertainment? Do you want to work in manufacturing? It's just all over.
Here we are, 2013. We all depend on technology to communicate, to bank, information, and none of us know how to read and write code.
Someone had told me that software is really about humanity, that it's really about helping people by using computer technology. It would have changed my outlook a lot earlier.
To be able to actually come up with an idea and then see it in your hands and then be able to press a button and have it be in millions of people's hands. I think we're the first generation in the world that's really ever had that kind of experience.
Just to think that you can start something in your college dorm room and you can have a set of people who haven't built a big company before come together and build something that 1 billion people use as part of their daily lives is just crazy to think about, right? It's humbling and it's amazing.
The programmers of tomorrow are the wizards of the future. You're going to look like you have magic powers compared to everybody else.
I think it's amazing. I think it's the closest thing we have to a superpower.
Great coders are today's rock stars. That's it.
So now, there you have it. Some of the most influential men and women in the world telling you the wave of the future is computer programming and coding. So now let's go to Kwame Brown cooking up a big pot of mama's cooking and sprinkling some seasoning on computer programming and coding.
We need to pay some teachers some six-figure salaries to teach coding to these kids, since they're our future, right? Look at all the top guys, Bill Gates, all these guys, these people that build Facebook, Instagram, Zuckerberg, they all did coding. The creators, the innovators, the builders, they do coding. And if children are our future, why they ain't in every school? For the free. We can't take a little less from the judges that's just sentencing. We can't take a little less from the athletes that's just playing. We can't take a little less for this research and this study that goes nowhere. And we can't put more into what we say is our future. We'd rather get people in their feelings about surgeries and all kind of shit, but we're not getting them in their feelings about teaching them something that numbers can show. Numbers show that this is effective. So why we ain't following the numbers? Why we following the feelings? Oh, you don't want nothing to change, dude.